A recent Teen Titans update might hint at how Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman will be replaced in the DCU. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. DC fans are currently looking forward to the slew of projects that are set to kickstart James Gunn's DCU, and Teen Titans is close to the top when it comes to the most hotly anticipated projects. Currently set to be in the ideation process, recent updates have revealed that instead of focusing on the team featuring the likes of Robin, Beast Boy, Raven, Starfire, and Cyborg, the movie is set to be based on an earlier roster of the Teen Titans, as seen in the comics. That, in itself, not only sets up one major part of the DCU's future, but also potentially gives an update to one major character that has been featured in DC live-action previously, in the form of Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman/Diana Prince. Early rosters of Teen Titans, which was created in the comics back in 1964, featured Diana Troy as Wonder Girl, Prince's, somewhat, sister who was one of the founding members of the team. That, in itself, suggests that Wonder Woman is set to be replaced, which solves a major DCU problem. It allows Gal Gadot's legacy to remain untainted, and also lets James Gunn replace Wonder Woman with Wonder Girl, with the Teen Titans movie set to emerge as the project introduces Donna Troy. Of course, the rumors merely state that Teen Titans is set to revolve around an earlier roster of the superhero team. This means that the iconic characters featured in the 2003 series, led by Robin and consisting of Starfire, Raven, Cyborg, and Beast Boy, will not be the subjects of the upcoming project. Instead, DC Comics history suggests that the earlier roster, which featured Donna Troy's Wonder Girl as a founding member, will be the subject of the film. However, fans should not fret, as this roster is arguably even more exciting, and includes the likes of Wally West/Kid Flash, Garth/Aqualad, and Roy Harper/Speedy as the founding members alongside Troy. Furthermore, Titans West members such as Leader Lilith/Omen, Hank Hall/Hawk, Dawn Hall/Dove, Aquagirl, Guardian, Narc, Dwelladent, Flamebird, and Bumblebee form the rest of the members of this team, although the initial movie can be expected to not include all of these characters. Regardless, whilst only a rumor for the time being, this route gives James Gunn an easy method to integrate Wonder Girl as a potential replacement for Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, without having to deal with various fan-based intricacies related to creating such a project. In a nutshell, not much. James Gunn is out to create an original narrative via the DCU, and appears to be headed towards including some of the other IPs that have not been featured in recent times. That, of course, is in addition to major characters such as Superman and Batman. Regardless, one of the ways the DCU is embarking on original creations appears to be in the form of recent rumors. If Teen Titans skips past the recent interactions and the new team featured in the comics, characters such as Nightwing, Cyborg, Beast Boy, Raven, and Terra will not be a part of the project. While this may be disappointing to some, it also preserves the integrity of the animated series, which is still recent in fans' memory, despite being released back in 2003. Regardless, as things stand, only some updates have been confirmed with respect to the new project. Ana Nogueira is writing the script, and no confirmation of when the movie might enter production has been revealed to date. Still, fans are bound to be excited, considering the wealth of characters that might instead be given a new lease of life. That, specifically with respect to Donna Troy, may as well be a clear step towards moving on from Gadot's Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman is available to be watched on Amazon Prime. James Gunn has steadily risen since he ventured into the mainstream with his Marvel films and currently serves as the co-CEO of DC Studios. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. Filmmaker James Gunn was one of the freshest voices to come out of the indie scene when he helmed the runaway MCU hit Guardians of the Galaxy. With his signature humor and unique vision for films, Gunn delivered blockbusters not just in the Marvel Universe but also with The Suicide Squad and Peacemaker. His work on the two films got him the job of co-chief of DC Studios with his producing partner Peter Safran. As the head of the DCU, Gunn has been crafting the direction of the rebooted franchise, beginning with the Max animated show Creature Commandos, which he wrote, and the upcoming film Superman. James Gunn's tenure as a filmmaker reportedly began when he was 12 when he began making homemade films with his brother. Since then, Gunn has grown to be one of the leading filmmakers in Hollywood who tackles big-budget blockbusters and is tasked with steering one of the biggest franchises in the world. Gunn's films have consistently earned big at the box office. While his first two films Slither and Super were box office failures, they became cult classics, giving him the much-needed leverage to tackle his first large-scale MCU film Guardians of the Galaxy. The ensemble film was a huge commercial success and earned $773 million globally, via Box Office Mojo. His 2017 follow-up to the film Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 2 was an even bigger hit, earning $869 million at the worldwide box office against a $200 million budget, via the numbers. Though the numbers for his threequel Volume 3 were not as much as its predecessor, earning $849 million, via Box Office Mojo, it gave a much-needed boost to the MCU at the time of release. While his The Suicide Squad was not big of a hit at the cinemas, as it was simultaneously released on streaming, the critical appreciation for the film gave Gunn the chance to develop Peacemaker, following which he was named the co-chief of DC Studios along with his producing partner Peter Safran. According to Marca, Christopher Nolan's net worth in 2025 is a whopping $70 million. There have been no reports of his salary in any of the Marvel films, nor for his position as the DC Studios CEO. The new position certainly could come with a lot of perks, and so will his gig as the director of the upcoming juggernaut Superman. James Gunn's career began not as a filmmaker, but reportedly as a musician. The Superman filmmaker was reportedly a founding member of a band named the Icons. The filmmaker mentioned in an Instagram post that he was part of multiple bands during the late 80s and still wrote songs occasionally. Around 1986 to 1989, I played in rock bands, the Icons, the Pods, and even a band called MOM, playing in bars throughout the Midwest and, for a time, Arizona. It was a difficult and sporadically joyous time in my life. At the end of the day, I loved writing music and performing, but I realized my greater talents lied elsewhere and gave up playing music as my profession. After his stint as a musician, Gunn reportedly took to entertainment, beginning his career as a screenwriter with the film Romeo and Juliet. He also wrote the scripts for Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed, and The Specials. He was the writer for future DCU architect Zack Snyder's debut film Dawn of the Dead. Gunn made his directorial debut with the horror film Slither. Despite being a box office failure, the film gained considerable critical acclaim, with many appreciating its homage to the B-movie subgenre and Gunn's visual style. His second film, the black comedy superhero film Super, also received similar responses. Gunn then hit it big with the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy. He also served as an additional writer for the film Avengers, Infinity War, while he served as an uncredited director for additional scenes in Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, Homecoming. He went on to direct The Suicide Squad and Peacemaker before being named the CEO of DC Studios. 2017. The filmmaker reportedly bought a mansion in Malibu for $6.25 million back in 2016. After 3 years, the mansion was reportedly listed for sale at $7.4 million. It was ultimately sold for $6.875 million. Gunn also reportedly bought a home in Bel Air for